Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The topic that our group has chosen to discuss in this project is ethical framework in autonomous system development. Autonomous system are radically transforming our reality of the world and working practices. The capability to follow every task by minimizing the error that humans could make is why the system has been chosen nowadays. Besides, the autonomous system can increase the productivity. It can also provide a high level of safety, especially when involving the high-risk sector like security service sector. The demand for autonomous system is rising significantly in unmanned vehicle technologies such as autonomous guided vehicle (AGV), unmanned aerial vehicle (UAV), and autonomous underwater vehicle (AUV). One of the famous AGV that currently leading the manufacturing automation is Toyota Center Control Rider automated forklift that is used to automate repetitive tasks in factory and warehouse. Next, we have MK1 Predator UAS. Predator play a big role in military purposes. It has flight endurance of 40 hours, equipped with advanced technology and missiles. The last one is Subsea Precise Inspector with Close Eye Spice, invented by Kawasaki Heavy Industries. This AUV developed exclusively for the inspection of subsea, oil, and natural gas pipeline. HAUS introduced four major autonomous system principles. The first one is autonomous system aware of its own and surrounding fact. The second one is autonomous system needs to adapt to the changing surrounding to ensure the system preparedness. The third one is the autonomous system can analyze and reason about their condition. And the last one is autonomous system can construct a simple system elements to a complex entities. Next, we proceed to terminology. Autonomy originates from the Greek words auto, which means self, and nomos, which means law or command. That brings the meaning of self-command. That means autonomous is a system that can make its own decision without relying on others' command. Watson and Cheat define autonomous as a system that capable of manipulating its behavior in response to unintended event occurring during operation. We continue to the next chapter, bias within society. There are differences in the development of autonomous system technology across the region. Some countries dominate the sector and can build their autonomous integrated system, while others are still debatable about implementing the technology in their countries. I will discuss two issues arise on bias within society. The first one is the society trust, and the second one is the job opportunities. An autonomous system will make its own decision in almost all situations by following all the command hierarchies decided by the inventor or the programmer. The issue arises in the society regarding how complete the system will cover all possible situations, including moral code. Society also question the system reliability since the core of the autonomous system is the software. The software will become a key to access to the autonomous control facility. Due to this, the system will become vulnerable to the cyber attacks. Some people are skeptical that the autonomous system will narrow the job opportunities. There are two debatable views arise on the autonomous system and employment. The first one is the displacement view. The displacement view studied by AHMAD mentioned the drawback between the autonomous system and the employment rate. The article clearly states that the autonomous system displaces the worker due to the capability of the autonomous system to do repetitive job.
Now we go into my part, which is the challenges in implementing the autonomous system. So let's go. So the first part here is safety. So interaction with humans. So basically, this system currently we are safe to interact with humans because of the fact that we are the one that do the codings and something like that. But due to the fact that we are currently do codings, the system is quite complex. So because of the complexity of the system, humans sometimes do errors, and so these errors we cannot see them. So this will cause the vulnerabilities in the cybersecurity system. These vulnerabilities can cause the enemy or someone that wants to hack us can slither through using these vulnerabilities without the cybersecurity detecting them and maybe hacking to our country mainframe. Next one is technological risk. So the complexity of the system is what bringing us down, because due to the fact that it's complex, we need to require a lot of data, a lot of human, a lot of system, and this may cause many errors that we cannot detect. So this one will cause many vulnerabilities and may harm us in the future. So next one is the environment, because due to the fact that this system requires a lot of server, so server generates heat, and it will harm the environment because of the heat and also the power used to store the data. And the adaptive learning, because of the system is quite fast learning and can be adaptive to its new environment, it may cause harm us in the future because we may lose our job to them. Okay, the last one is employment rate. The displacement effect. As I said before, we may lose our job to them because they are replacing our job. Currently, we are replacing human labors with machines to avoid from production going down, because robotics or robots or autonomous system does not require to go to MC, to take MC, to lower down our production rate and something like that. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, so next is the ethical framework in autonomous system. So first of all, we need to understand and analyze the ethical issue in the autonomous system. So why the ethical issue is matters in autonomous system? It is because there is a risk of acceptance by the societies. The society thinks the systems may bring harms to them or their property in any circumstance of events. So from what we have found in analyzing the past research, we found that the main ethical concerns in autonomous system is related to the position of the system in decision making process. So the proposed ethical framework that will be implemented in autonomous system will be consisting of 3 layers, which is the principal layers, rule layers, and reaction layers. The principal layers is a method to the ethical decision making that focus on the moral principle. So in this layer, it can be utilized as a guideline in the autonomous systems. So the next is the rule layers. The rule layers will help how the system behave in dealing with the abnormal situation, whether it is appropriate to violate rules or not. And the last layers is the reaction layers, which is will be involved in control or response aspect of the systems. So the simple example that we can see from the autonomous system is self-driving car. So in the principal layers of the self-driving car system must be able to cope with any failures such as road construction or loophole of the roads. So in this case, the developer must program or must set the condition based on the moral principle. For example, if there's problem occur, safely move to an approved parking instead of making sudden stop, which can bring harms to the other cars. The next is the rule layers. The rule layers, we can see the situation where there is an obstacle in the car lane, and the system need to consider whether it is safe to use the other lane, which is the wrong side of the road. And the lastly is the reaction layers, which is handling in lane following or control speed of the system. So that's all from me. Thank you.
The conclusion here is, although we have a lot of bias, a lot of challenges in implementing the system, all I can say is we are still in our early stage. So we cannot put that bias and challenges to avoid us from diving more into the system. So basically, we use this framework that we have proposed. So basically, we can use it as a guideline for us to create a new future. I mean, maybe in the future we will face another challenge, but from this guideline, from this framework, we can create a new formula a new data system, and also to prevent us from having to go through the same mistake again in the future. So that's all from us. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.